Hello everyone and welcome back to another Halo Wars 2 guide video. In this video we're going to be getting all 15 skulls found throughout the campaign. This video does contain campaign spoilers though, so be warned. First one off is Grunt Birthday Party. This is found in the first mission of the campaign. It's awarded when you capture all 4 power nodes throughout the second part of the map. Once you start to capture the third, you'll see icons for the rest of them on the map. Should have no problem finding them. Easy peasy lemon for breezy. Now, the next one we're going to get, I already made a video for. It's the Pain Train Skull. Now, I had a hard time finding this when I first played through it because I didn't see the little landmass in the bottom right here. Hornets are the only things that can access it, so gather a bunch, fly them on down, destroy these extractors, good to go. There's very little resistance here, you don't have to worry about it. Next skull on the same map is the Paintball Skull. This is awarded when you destroy the Banished base at the northmost part. Again, Hornets are your best bet. There's very little anti-air resistance here. So just take a lot of them to the back and destroy the base. Easy peasy, lemon for cheesy. Next up is the hardest, I think, skull to get is the Bountiful Harvest skull. You have to keep all of your troops alive, and that's hard to do considering the flamethrowers and the warthogs are extremely squishy. So what I did was I just left them all in the back there and let my Cyclopses and Alice do the work. You can get turrets on the sides. They're not very useful, however. You saw me destroy some power nodes earlier. You definitely need as many of those as you can find throughout the map. They're going to really help your hero powers. As you can see, also, I decided to take the warthogs out and just start to kite around the infantry with a longer range. Don't do it with hunters, though. Like I said earlier, the warthogs are extremely squishy. You may have to use a hero power or two to clear the way or save your turrets or whatever. So this one is also a little meh. It's the Pestilence Skull. This is awarded when you free all the UNSC captives from their prisons. Now, this one is tricky because you can't go through the middle. You have to find all the teleporters and go through them in order to get to them, which you have to do anyways to get to the boss battle. This is a little bit of the second one. As you can see, I still have a couple of my original units. You can build more units as there's a base position just north of here, but you do have to go through all the teleporters to find this place. Otherwise, you're going to get glassed by the ship, and that's not fun. But other than that, just destroy it. There's not a lot of resistance here. Easy peasy. All right, next one we have is the Emperor Skull. This one is also a little bit tricky because you don't have any air units or any heavy armor. So what I would recommend is taking these mini bases, as you can see in the mini map at the top right part of the available bit, and build a lot of Marines with the grenade ability updated. That way you can just keep spamming grenades and the base doesn't have much of a chance. Next up on the list is going to be the Total Annihilation Skull. This skull is granted upon clearing the From the Deep mission without your Spartan going down, which is fairly easy to do, especially if you do it on a normal difficulty. So no strategy there. Next one is probably going to take it the longest considering it's one of the longer missions of the game, Sickness. This is awarded if you don't let any of your barriers die in the 8th mission. Now, the best way to do this is to have all your heavy armor and anti-vehicle units at the eastmost point of entrance on the map, because that's where all their all their wraiths and locusts come from. So that's your best bet there. Another thing I'd recommend is to have siege turrets at your base for long-range DPS. Now, there's a second skull on this map as well, and that would be the Firestarter skull. Now, this skull is awarded if you don't let the cannon go below 50% health, which, if you got the previous skull, should be a no-brainer. Alright, next off, we have the Things Go Boom skull, my favorite skull. This is awarded by killing all 3 brute warlords in the 9th mission of the game. Now, the locations are not marked on your map, so I'll have all 3 of them in here just to show you where they are. The first one is in this first part of the mission on the top right corner. Second one, there's a little more resistance, so I would build some Kodiaks and have them set up right before this power node here, right by the start, and just have them lay into this warlord and the resistance that is behind him. Keep your snipers in the back so they can deal good DPS without getting stunned by the warlord, and it should go down easy peasy. You may lose a couple of units here and there, you can always build more, no problem. The last one here is at the top right corner by this shield door here. Again, set up your Kodiaks a little bit behind so they don't take any damage. Keep your snipers in the back, which I foolishly didn't at this point. The Warlord comes out with these 2 locusts here. You do have ODST drops, so use them. Kind of stall him so your Kodiaks can deal the most damage. A couple of my units did die here, which kind of sucks, but you can always build more. Anyways, onward to the easiest skull, I think, the Wuv Wo skull, which is in the mission Foundry, don't let your scarab die. There's also the Cookie skull, which is do not let your scarab fall below 25% health. So if you get one, you get the other. No problem. It's basically just keep a couple of Night Gales and your med drones up. This one is going to be the After Party skull. Also pretty easy. It's by rescuing Bravo Base in the next mission. It's pretty easy, very little resistance, just a couple of wraiths. You can just missile them. You can do this with your starting units if you don't lose that many to the beginning Sentinel destruction. It's pretty easy, and you get the second base for the mission, so you get a lot of extra supplies and power. Alright, so now we're on to the last mission. This is the Shadow Skull. This was one of my favorites to get. You have to kill the 2 Brute Warlords in the last mission. The best way I can think of telling you to do this is do it right at the very beginning, even before they tell you to do it, because once people start spawning and trying to attack the core, you're going to have a lot of things to worry about along with trying to get the Brute. So the first one's on the far right side of the map. This one's on the far left side of the map. The one on the left has fairly more resistance, so try to get the Brute Warlord to aggro you and kind of kite him back, because a lot of units will die, and that causes a problem because units will then spawn and you're going to have a hard time. Now the last skull you get is the Nightmare Skull. This skull is awarded if you don't let the control room shield lose more than 25% of its health. And that's everything. Maybe there are going to be more skulls in the DLC, I hope so. But I hope you enjoyed this. There's going to be more videos coming later, so please like if you like this video, subscribe if you want more Halo Wars 2. I'm going to be trying to do a video every day or every other day, and I will see you in the next video.